Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George. We're all George. I think we're all George this morning, especially this morning, because we all woke up and saw Bitcoin above $60,000. Yes, that's right. $60,000. The supply shock is real, guys. The buying from the ETFs are real. I've been saying that for how long now? So let's talk about what to expect. We already hit the next leg up. Where do we go from here? Let's talk about it. Let's do this. Welcome, 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 guys. Just look at this. Even though we were a little bit higher just 5 minutes ago, but we're still holding above 60,000. Obviously, last night when I was streaming, we were still at 57,000, maybe a little bit below. And then we had someone buy a whole lot to bring us up to about 59,000. Then we had someone else buy even more and drive us above $60,000. We have never, ever, ever in Bitcoin's history recovered this fast in any previous cycle. We have never seen Bitcoin get up this far and this close to its previous high before the halving event. Do you guys realize we're not even in March yet? We still have 2 months before the halving event, and we may be hitting all-time high even by the end of this week. I mean, who knows? FOMO is building. Everyone is starting to pay attention. Front page of CNBC. Do you think people are not paying attention when the market is going to open red? Yet the only thing green today is Bitcoin. People are paying attention. Wall Street is paying attention. Those big whales are paying attention, okay? This is what I've been saying. FOMO is real. It affects everyone, not just retail. It affects all the big companies and corporations and CEOs and everyone in between. So we are above 60,000. And this is the first time we have seen 60,000 since November of 2021. 2021. That's almost 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago. It's been a wild ride, guys. Wild ride. But I know so many of you guys stuck with Bitcoin and crypto, been DCAing all along, all the way to the bottom until now, and now you're way in the green. You're rich. You're filthy rich. Whatever it may be, you're getting closer to your goal of paying off your house or attaining financial freedom, whatever it may be, right? I know a lot of you guys are doing quite well. And this is the power of Bitcoin and crypto. There is no better asset class, I should say, to hold. It's the fastest horse in the race. It's not even close. It's not even close. And of course, Michael Saylor knows this. That's why back in 2020, he decided to make a move and decided to go all in on Bitcoin. Whether he understood at that time, I don't know. He would argue, yes, he did understand. And he put all his firm's money in and continued to do so. And Microstrategy is blowing up right now. Okay, they have over $11 billion, over $5 billion in profit, and they are leading the way and causing a lot of jealousy among others. Everyone is starting to pay attention. Why didn't we listen to this guy? No one ever listens to someone when they make a bold move when things are down, right? But when things are up, then people have regret. And they're like, oh, in hindsight, I should listen to this guy, right? That's what Wall Street is feeling right now. And all the retail investors that decided not to buy the dip, decided not to DCA, they're feeling the same thing too, unfortunately. So Bitcoin related stocks, they're all doing absolutely fantastic right now. And just yesterday, I covered this. And this correlates with the line that I drew. Last time we hit above $57,000, it took us only 8 days. Yes, 8 days to form all-time high. So yesterday was day one, right? Or maybe yesterday was day two. No, I think yesterday was day one. So today is day two. And we already broke above 60,000. Look at October 17th, 60,800, right? That actually, we hit that this morning. Look at it. I drew this line, 60,800. We did actually hit it. We may retest it a little bit. We may hover here for a little bit, or maybe we're just going to see so much FOMO come in and break through it. 8 days is all it took to go from 57,000 to 69,000 back in 2021. But you know what we didn't have in 2021? ETFs. We didn't have those ETFs. We didn't have 12 or 13 ETFs buying up $600 million a day. The ETF effect is real, okay? Now we're having FOMO, yes, but the retail effect, I've been telling you guys that for how long? And it's just, there's people that don't believe it or they don't compute, right? Right now, Bitcoin is all-time high in 30 plus countries, and soon it will be 300 countries. Okay, once Bitcoin surpasses 69,000, it will be at all-time high in every single country. Right now, the ones that are suffering from hyperinflation, of course, Bitcoin is already all-time high. But soon, every country on the planet will see Bitcoin at all-time high. That's coming way sooner than expected. Way sooner. Now, as for those ETFs, I've been talking about supply shock. There's only so much Bitcoin to be sold. These exchanges are being bled dry right now by the ETFs. I don't even believe that Coinbase has that much left to sell. Okay, just yesterday alone, 577 million being eaten up. Close to $600 million. I don't know if you guys still don't comprehend how much that is. Michael Saylor, being as rich as he is and as many Bitcoin as he holds, these ETFs are adding at an alarming rate. BlackRock now holds 141,000 Bitcoins. Michael Saylor and Microstrategy holds about 193,000. But that took Saylor 4 years to do. This took BlackRock 4 weeks to do, to accumulate 141,000 Bitcoin. Yesterday, they had a staggering buy, almost 9,000 just by themselves. And Fidelity's closing in at 100,000 Bitcoin. And everyone else is starting to ramp up. The ETF effect is real. I see a lot of people in the chat saying, why does Bitcoin not fall? Why is this not like previous cycles? Where's this big correction, right? How do we have a big correction when there's $600 million worth of Bitcoin being bought by the ETFs every single day? You tell me where the corrections go come from. Tell me what entity out there can sell more than $600 million of Bitcoin per day to cause a correction. It's really that simple. There is none. Even if Mt. Gox decided to dump their 200,000 Bitcoin that they're supposed to distribute, even if they dumped it all in a single day on Coinbase Spot, yeah, we will see a dip, but we'll see a quick V-shaped recovery because as soon as that happens, these ETFs just start buying it. And within a week, it'll just be bought again, right? It's really that simple. Why does Bitcoin not go down right now or not significantly? Of course, we still have a little volatility. The reason being, we have 600 million going to ETFs every single day. And this is just going to ETFs. This doesn't count anyone else. Private buys, right? From the whales or the companies. This is just ETFs alone. And in case you're wondering still, that netted to around $5 billion in the last 13 days. In 2 weeks, 5 billion of the supply removed. Okay. If you still don't believe, I think by now you should. Bitcoin has, I hate to say it, has no business being at 60,000 this early before the halving event. But we're here now. And we may be hitting 69,000 soon. You know, before the halving event, we talked about all-time high before halving event. That'd be absolutely crazy. I made a prediction before that we hit 70,000 maybe by July. At this rate, we'll hit 70,000 in a week. Where will we be at in July? 100,000? Are we going to end the year at 150,000? I mean, this is absolutely bonkers right now. In a good way. In a good way. We're all making money, but I've shared my fears that this may be the last cycle that retail can accumulate Bitcoin because it's starting to get too big, too expensive. And most people do not want to buy fractional Bitcoin. They want to buy whole numbers, right? Even Fidelity, you know, they have their ETF. And what are they doing? Now they're advising to their wealthy clients, right? They have the 60-40 model, but now they're saying, hey, because we have ETFs, we advise you have 1 to 3% of your overall portfolio in our Bitcoin ETFs. And trust me, that adds up to a lot. They have a lot of clients, a lot of money, a lot of assets under management. They are not quite there in terms of BlackRock size, but they're one of the largest asset managers on the planet. Okay? And they're telling their clients to go buy Bitcoin ETFs. And so is everyone else, every other fund maker or fund issuer. They're doing the same thing. That's what's happening. We got 8,000 freaking people in here. Congratulations and welcome, and smash up that like button and subscribe to the channel. So that's what's happening, guys. It's not rocket science. Okay, we have a supply shock going. We have FOMO happening. We have ETFs buying and whales buying. Whale transactions and ETF records fuel Bitcoin's push towards 60,000. Even this is outdated, even though it came out this morning. It's already outdated. Not towards 60,000, past 60,000. And you got like this guy right here. This guy is labeled Mr. 100. Keeps on buying. Every single transaction is 100 Bitcoin, right? There's a lot of insanely wealthy people out there. In total, this guy has 5.9 million, but continues to buy 100, hundreds of hundreds now. Continues to buy. So this is outside of ETFs. So I mean, this is what I'm saying. Everyone is FOMOing. And I showed plenty of charts over the past few weeks that show that retail investors are selling, but the mega whales are buying. Like, don't sell your life-changing wealth to these individuals or these institutions because they already have a lot of wealth. Why would you give up your wealth? I don't get why retail would be selling. I mean, it's fine. It's healthy to take some profits. If you don't have any cash on the side, you want to lock in some gains. That's always good. There's no problem with that. But it seems like there are a lot of retail investors just selling out completely, and that is a giant mistake, if you ask me. All right, so let's get to a few last things here. The next price target, according to trader Tarot Grade, the next target is 65,000, which is very, very, very close to our 69,000 top. Okay. Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like. So we could take a look at it right here because we already hit the 60,800. So I don't even know, like, let's, I mean, man, we're just moving so quick, guys, so quick. All right, let's zoom back here. Let's go back to our previous back to 2021. Where is the next level? Okay, let's see if I can find it. So we peaked here around 63,000. Yeah, I would say here 64,000. I'm gonna mark that. That's probably where we're gonna go next, right around here. That actually looks perfect. 63,771, and then after that, it will be 66,000, and then it'll be 69,000. So the next mark will be 63,771. But overall, I drew out this. Let me zoom out again. I may have to revise that because we're moving a little bit faster than that. We're moving way faster than that, so I may have to revise it. But overall, this is what it's looking like, and we're just like moving really, really quickly. But I don't think anyone's complaining at this point. Man, this is wild to fix. Okay, so Bitcoin is fantastic. The entire market is fantastic. Okay, we're above 2.23 trillion, 4% gain. Bitcoin up 6% today alone, right? Do we have other winners? Of course, we have a lot of great winners in this space. A lot of alts have kept up. Some have become stagnant, but overall, we have a lot of alts that are doing very, very well. You know, Ethereum got a little heat recently because of the spot Bitcoin ETF. Supposedly, we're going to get approval in May. Maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe it's too soon. Maybe it's August. We may get Ethereum spot ETFs too, guys. And if that happens, we're going to have more supply shock for Ethereum, not just for Bitcoin. And look at the whales. They are just withdrawing from exchanges and staking. So the supply shock is happening to Ethereum too. You look at the reserves of Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're both falling like a rock right now. Again, there's only so much to go around. That's really what it comes down to. Today also a big update from Arweave, which is one of the bigger decentralized storage plays. They're up staggering today, 40%, because they have released a testnet for absurdly scalable compute layer designed for social media and AI. Right now, basically, you just want to, if you're a project, you just want to throw in AI. You just want to say you're in AI because it's such a hot buzzword. It's just going to make you pump. But Arweave, in all honesty, is a great project, so I'm glad to see them. But those of you, the guys that are degens, WIF continues to go up another 21%. Pepe continues to go up 44%. Pepe, who I thought was left for dead, proved me wrong. They're above 1.2, 1.3 billion. This is their highest ever. I don't believe they've been this high before. Yeah, well, they briefly, and it came back down, but they are close to their all-time high. WIF is closing in at they are all-time high. They're closing at 1 billion. So you got everyone doing well right now. Yes, relatively speaking, everyone's doing well. And those of you guys that are playing with leverage, man, you're killing it. You're killing it. The one that I've been playing with on Tap It with you guys, I mean, I reopened some of these, but look at this, man. Bitcoin, my 25x Bitcoin here, up 238%, up 11,500, and then Stacks up 173%, 4,000, and that's just, that's just casual. That's just casual. That's a everyday for me. Just kidding. You got to be careful with leverage. You got to be very careful with leverage. You can get wiped out, liquidated in an instant, but it's much easier in a bull market when everything is going up and up and up and up and up. My MEXC account is so insane. It makes me feel so dirty just to look at it. The last 2 days, has been so wild, and it's not stopping. Look at it, 60,500. It's not stopping. FOMO is kicking in. If you look at, I bet if you look at like Microstrategy, it's going to say another 52-week high. Yeah, at $938. You go to iBit, 52-week high, $34. I mean, who isn't at all-time high? Maybe Coinbase? No, Coinbase at all-time high, $206. All I could say is congratulations. Congratulations for all of you guys. For all of you guys that have listened, that stay strong, that focus on the future, that continue to hold on DCA over the last few years. You're going to make a lot of money. All right, let's do this. Let's do Q&A. All right, fix my camera. It's too early to be drinking, but tonight I'm gonna have to bust out the good stuff. XRP is mooning like hell. If you say so, because in the last 90 days, XRP is still down 3%. So I don't know if that's considered mooning. Coin developments, yeah, I think so. Retro Bill, risk it all to start my business 12 years ago. And similarly, risk it all in crypto this cycle. Suddenly not worried about retirement. Congratulations, man. Sometimes you do have to just like take a risk. That's what life is about. If you never take a risk, you never get rewarded. And if you take a risk, you get punched down, you fall down. You just got to pick yourself back up. That's how it works. Thoughts on Phantom's price moving forward? It will move forward. I just don't know how well it's going to move forward because there are a lot of L2s that have a ton of momentum. They're not one of the only L2s out there. There's like a dozen of them now. Should I stop DCAing? You know what? That's an interesting question because originally before I said, you know what? You can continue to DCA because we're not at all-time high yet. But we're now getting to a point where we're really, really close. We're only 15% away from hitting previous high. But do I believe that Bitcoin is going to stop because we're at all-time high at 70,000? No, I don't. I mean, we're not even in March of 2024. This year is not even supposed to be that good. You know, we're probably 6 to 8 months ahead of where we should be, right? We shouldn't be at this point, really, if this was a normal cycle, until like October of this year. So the way we're moving now, I think we're going a lot higher, bottom line. I mean, look at the FOMO building right now. I mean, we're going to surpass the 60,800, and then we're going to move towards 63,700. Keep in mind, a lot of people are now paying attention. Wall Street right now, they're all like, what are we doing holding anything else? We should all be just allocating more towards Bitcoin and Bitcoin ETFs. Thoughts on Hera Finance, the AI-powered multi-chain DEX aggregator on ETH and Metis. What do you mean AI-powered multi-chain DEX aggregator? Why does a DEX aggregator need AI? I don't quite understand that. Very small. I gotta say, that's a horrible avatar or icon. And you don't need an AI DEX aggregator. And there are a lot of DEX aggregators out there, but maybe not for Metis and Arbitrum. Metis is up and coming. Arbitrum obviously is already here. That's a cool logo. That's a cool, animation. But yeah, they should have started and onboarded a lot of these other chains first. They should have onboarded Ethereum and BNB and Avalanche and Mantle and Optimism. How long before there's 20 ETFs? I mean, the way we're going, who knows? There'll be a lot more coming for sure. Man, we're just going up. 60,800 guys. This is not stopping. This is not stopping. We'll be at 61,000 in no time. Diamond Hand shattered. Sold XRP for Bitcoin last night. Scrappy, you're probably feeling good about that decision. I mean, I hate to pick on XRP. Okay. And maybe XRP fans or Army will say, well, today, look at it. It's up 5%. It's great. Look at the last 60 days. Look at the last 90 days. XRP just doesn't move. And I think there's many reasons for that. Right? Like even compared to Bitcoin or Ethereum or BNB or Solana, last 90 days, you lost out 60 to 80%. And XRP is down last 90 days. It's down 3% from 90 days ago, while everyone else is up 60 to 80%. That, to me, makes no sense. We're at $61,000, guys. It's not stopping. It's not stopping. What do you think about CRO? I'm not the biggest fan of CRO, to be honest. Jeff Wharton says, thoughts on taking a little profit near 69,000. Hey, you can take profits anytime. You can take profits now. Today's one of those days where you may be thinking, I feel a little dirty because I'm making too much money. So today is not a bad time to take some profits. If you want to, make sure you have some cash on the side. So in case we do dip, you could buy more. Early plays, big super chat. You have literally changed my life forever, man. I hope to meet you in Vegas someday. My family told me I was crazy for retiring last bull, and here we are again. Listen to this, man, people, and good things will happen. Cheers, brother. I'm glad you stuck it out. It sounds like you got in. You went all in last cycle. Maybe you held on. Your family thought you were crazy, and now you're way back above. Congratulations. And we'll probably meet someday. By the way, since a lot of you guys are filthy rich, now you could go and join me and meet me and others at this smaller conference. I know ETH Denver is going on right now. A lot of people are going there, but this is right afterwards. You could come to this too. So this is next week, and I'll be there. And then after that, I'll be in Paris. Sim Rampreet, new member, welcome. 1 minute chart of Chainlink. 1 minute chart is not a good indication of Chainlink. Man, we're 61,186. Wall Street, I'm telling you, today's a red day. Everyone on Wall Street, everyone going on CNBC is like, okay, everything's red except Bitcoin. So, you know it's going to generate a lot of FOMO today. Thoughts on VET? I'm still a big fan, Giami, of VET. What do you want me to look at? Link? I have Link. What about it? Are you asking because it just like pumped up? Is that why you're asking? I don't know why it did that. I think Chainlink is a good long-term hold, a really good long-term hold. So the 1 minute chart doesn't really do it. Unless you're trying to day trade it. Oh, we're getting a little pullback. A little pullback. But we're still at 61,000. So there's like no pullback, basically. There's zero pullback right now. Not a fan of Jasmine, so I can't comment on it. Do you think this bull market ending sooner or later? I just don't see why it would. Outside of something catastrophic, another war, a huge war, a world war that affects America greatly, another pandemic. You know, it has to be something absolutely enormous to make the bull market end sooner. If anything, I think the bull market gets extended. We're about to surpass 10,000 people watching. I don't remember the last time that has happened, but it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy right now. Any thoughts on Say? Average price is 14 cents. Makes a big chunk of my portfolio. Yeah, I like them. I covered them many times. Many times. Out of Cosmos. One of the promising chains out of Cosmos. Man, I gotta check my my 45x on Bitcoin. Man, that's just crazy. I just conducted the greatest trade ever in my crypto career. I didn't close it either. I'm just too much of a degen at this point. Are you worried about a rug pull on Bitcoin? On Bitcoin? Who's gonna rug pull Bitcoin? I don't know. Like, again, I don't know why anyone would question that. And not to pick on you, David, but like in general, people that are in disbelief and think that Bitcoin is going to somehow fall significantly. Do people not understand that these ETFs continue to buy and buy and buy and buy and buy? $5 billion in the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks, $5 billion. So if this continues, I think it's going to increase. It's going to actually increase in volume and increase in buys. Who's going to sell? Grayscale already sold. They're not selling anymore. Grayscale sold $6 billion of the Bitcoin, and it was eaten up by the ETFs. So who else has enough Bitcoin to sell to cause a significant dip? You know, I can't think of it because there's no one really out there that could do it. Even Michael Saylor dumped his 193,000 Bitcoins today. We'll see a little dip for a few days, maybe a week, and then we'll be right back up. Did you change your profit-taking tips? No, just keep a good amount, right? 20, 25, 30% in cash, and you'll be just fine. So if you see your portfolio skyrocketing like today, and then you see your cash pile diminish, well, then you could take some profits out and make sure that you're still, you still have cash on the side. I'd like to see what Jim Cramer has to say, because every time he turns negative on Bitcoin, every single time, that is the bottom. It's a bottom call. The last time it just happened, it was just like a month ago. Do you think it's a good idea to buy Bitcoin now? I can't tell you that, my friend. For me, I'm bullish because I think we're going to go a lot higher. But only you can decide if you should put more money into Bitcoin. Will Bitcoin ever dump again because of the ETFs? I don't think it will. Again, outside of something catastrophic, maybe, the Fed somehow in 2026 or 2027 declares that they have to raise rates again. And then everything slows down. Then maybe the institutions sell Bitcoin ETFs. Maybe then. But outside of something catastrophic, I just don't see anything that can make it do that. Joker Mike, what are your thoughts on ATH protocol, and do you think it'll pass $1? Well, they are one of the more promising AI plays right now. And in fact, I did invest in them, and I'm having a Spaces this Friday. So yeah, I think they're going to do very well. And they just opened up the first subnet on BitCenter too. XRP pumping, no cap. It's cap. I already disproved it. It's down 6% in the last 60 days. So that's not considered pumping. It's down 3% in the last 90 days. That's not pumping. What's the next thing that's down 90 within the last 90 days? OKB. Okay, you have to go all the way down to OKB to find something that's down in the last 90 days. Then you have Monero, which makes sense because a lot of exchanges are delisting it. Then you have ThorChain. Man, it's hard to find something. Starknet. And then you have TrueUSD. That doesn't even make sense. TrueUSD is having problems. That's supposed to be a stable coin. It's at 96, 97. They have depegged. That's a major problem. That's a huge problem I don't think anyone even paid attention to. Luckily, they don't have a lot. Only 1.2 billion. But if you have TrueUSD, I don't know if anyone of you guys do, you should get out of that immediately. The stable coin should never be that depegged. Basically, bottom line, in the top 100, there's like a handful of projects that's down 90 days. And XRP is one of them. What is it going to be time for alts? Alts are still doing fine. It's going to do even better in 2025. ETFs will follow the path of gold ETFs. Yeah. Will Bitcoin pumps suck from alts? Right now, no. I've seen days before, in previous years, Bitcoin does like a 20% in a day, and then all the alts turn red. It literally sucked up liquidity and made people sell to buy Bitcoin. This cycle, we're not seeing that, but we're definitely seeing some days, there's weeks or months where Bitcoin outperform everything. This is why I told you guys never to ignore Bitcoin. In every run, you got a lot of retail coming in, and they only focus on alts because they think Bitcoin's too expensive. But they don't realize there will be many, many days or weeks or months where Bitcoin dominance goes up and Bitcoin performance is unmatched, right? So that's why you never want to ignore Bitcoin. That's why I've always advised having a portfolio that's broken up 50, 25, 25. 50% in Bitcoin for that growth and stability, 25% in big caps for some better growth in altcoin season, and 25% in mid, small, micro caps that could give you hyper growth in altcoin season 2. I said this before. People would always argue with me. Like, I would say, the OTC market will run out someday. Okay, there will be only so many players selling Bitcoin OTC, and when you have these guys buying hundreds of millions per day, guess what? It's gonna dry up. I think these buys, these large jumps out of nowhere, is due to that. Like, why do we have all of a sudden random big jumps like this? Why does this happen? It's probably because whoever the ETFs went to buy said, we don't have it. We'll sell you what's on our books. That's why it's causing a price jump. Because there's really no other reason for like a huge jump like that. Look at the increase in volume. That takes hundreds of millions of dollars to do. That's not like a $10 million buy. If you go buy $10 million of Bitcoin, you're not going to see the price move $1. You have to be buying hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin to cause it to go upwards like that, right? So why do we have these kind of jumps? It's probably because the OTC market is drying up, or whoever, Coinbase is like, I'm not going to sell you OTC today. Like, you're not going to get it. If you want to buy it from our order books. That's the only, rational explanation. DMez, I'm not going to repeat that, but thank you, and you're welcome. What do you think about Arweave? I just cover Arweave because they came out with this. Their testnet. It's almost like an L1, it sounds like. Or they're upgrading their L1. They have L1 already, but basically they're trying to get into the L1 game where they can have unlimited, I guess, scalability with storage or compute or whatever, and they're getting involved with others. They have dApps already, but now it seems like they're focused on social media and AI, and anything in AI is really, really hot. Edith, thank you. I understand Bitcoin cycle. When altcoin cycle? You got to wait, man. Altcoin cycle comes the last few months of a cycle. So technically, altcoin season is not supposed to start until like August of 2025. Litecoin's best runtime uptake transaction thoughts. There's no reason to be holding Litecoin over Bitcoin. It's that simple. Tom, appreciate that. Do you think Elon and Doge are setting up for a big run? I'm hoping so. I hope that Elon has not given up on Doge and will be coming out with a payment system for X and incorporates crypto within it. And it also incorporates Doge. I hope that's the case. I don't know. He seems to have given up on like hyping up Doge. Wild Crypto Holdings. Thank you. Someone asked about Fetch. Fetch has been doing really good recently. It's pumping today. I mean, literally everything's pumping today, guys. If you're in AI, it's pumping. Let's see, AGIX, pumping. What's another one? Ocean, probably. It pumped too. Render is considered an AI going up. I mean, there's really nothing I could pull up right now besides XRP that isn't going up. Render's, no, Flux is not going up. Maybe Flux. Well, they went up huge yesterday. Thoughts on a Bitcoin super cycle just hit 40.40. Congratulations. That's a lot. There's a good chance. I mean, these big boys that bought ETFs, are they really go time in and sell it off by the end of 2025? Maybe not. Maybe not. And if they're not selling and they hold so much of the supply, then are we really going to have a sell-off after 2025? Are we having a full moon soon? Or do we have a full moon already? Well, my full moon indicator doesn't work. It broke or something. Oh no, because I'm on a 15-minute scale. Hey, we're approaching the vernal equinox. Oh, you see? You see? Every time people make fun of this, but like literally, we just had a full moon and then we started pumping afterwards. And it happened last time too. We had a full moon and then we started pumping. The vernal equinox, I'm assuming that is spring, March 24th. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. When was the last time we had a vernal equinox? Oh, look at this. Before the vernal equinox, before the full moon, we also pumped up a lot. There's something about the moon cycle. Man, we are not stopping, guys. We're 61,300. The FOMO is real. I don't know. The next stop for Bitcoin is 63,700. If we hit that by tonight, man, then I don't know. We got to celebrate hard tonight. Got to celebrate hard. Jonathan, during 2021, my channel wasn't that big. So I don't think I had 10,000 viewers much. Like maybe a few times. That's it. Closing at 11,000 viewers. Just like Bitcoin is closing in at 63,700 next. that's just crazy. It's just crazy to think about. Even this one, untap it here. Now we're at 282% at 13,600. What's the short liquidations today? I bet the shorts got hammered once again. Oh, you could already see it. In the last hour, look at all that red. 26, 32, 15, 13, 30. I mean, that's another like 100 million of shorts liquidated. Why would, again, if you want to play with leverage, at least go with the upside. Like, why would you short? Again, I don't get why you would short Bitcoin. XRP is far from being a threat to Bitcoin. It's not even close. That's like saying an ant is a threat to your boot. Rock Lobster gifted 10 memberships. Thank you. Doug asked about Parsec or Pith. I like Pith a lot. Parsec, I don't know enough about them to like them. How will the ETF people respond when the market's dumping? Well, I don't know. I mean, recently when the market dumped, all they did was buy more. Like, they added more Bitcoin with Bitcoin corrections recently. So that's a surprising thing. You would figure that they would also sell, but they haven't been. They just keep accumulating. Jeff Wharton, 10 memberships. Thank you. Superverse, Godzilla, Illuvium. I'm not a fan of Illuvium. Been waiting way too long for them to finish. Godzilla's a new one. Superverse, I don't know if that's like the old SuperDAO or whatever. Not the biggest fan. I'll just say this. There's a lot of promising games. Samsung. If I'm in a good mood. If you're not in a good mood today, you either got liquidated from your short play, short option, or you listen to one of those naysayers. I'm not bullish on quant. It's a B2B play. It's not a B2C play. It's not a consumer play, so I'm not a fan of them. Corgi AI is a meme, and an AI coin is on Kronos. Yeah, people have asked me about that. But Kronos, I'm not a fan of Kronos chain. So, I don't know. Gifted 5 I don't know how to say that. Ashki, 5 memberships. Awesome. I think I could give some memberships too. I think how do I gift a membership? I don't know how to do it. Oh, membership gifting. Yeah, I could gift it. Here we go. Doug, I covered Gala Swap yesterday. So, the thing is, I don't know. I don't know if they're getting distracted. They got to end the lawsuits. And also, they have their Gala chain and then their Gala Swap. I feel like they're throwing everything on a wall and seeing what sticks. And then they're doing Gala music. So, I don't know. I hope the best for them. And, if they could get back to their previous high, great. But I do feel like they're, like, very diversified right now. 40 amp, I have no idea what Pandoshi is. Funmaster says, been watching me for 3 years, doesn't always agree, but I helped him make 3x on his crypto bags. That's 300%, my friends. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Compete is a small game. I love it. Let's see, man. The chat is popping today. I gotta change my thumbnail to say 61,000. Let's see. Coinbase is still flying. MicroStrategy. I have some Coinbase options, but I should have bought MicroStrategy option. MicroStrategy is just like blowing up right now. They're blowing up. They're moving faster even than Bitcoin. It's kind of crazy. Michael Saylor, he's setting an example. He's causing a lot of FOMO. That's exactly what's happening. Rock Lobster, I'm not going to be shilling that. Orkin says, I've been watching you a long time. You're the biggest reasons I can now afford my student loan without getting family support. Congratulations. Congratulations. I've said this before. If you're a young person and you're in crypto right now, you're so ahead of the game. And for those of you guys that have, helped your kids get into Bitcoin and crypto, they're really, really ahead of the game, obviously. How do you buy for your kids? Yeah, I just give them, I download a wallet for them, and then whatever they pay me, I just give it to them, right? It's really that simple. You don't have to go ahead and create a Coinbase account for them. Just get a wallet. That's what you had to do. Get them a wallet. I mean, I'm assuming most of you guys have a phone for your kid. You just put it on there and just make sure you don't lose the recovery phrase. Mikhail, thank you and welcome. Jumpman says, today I'm officially a millionaire. I always talk about cock on your comments. Just wanted to say thank you. I actually been in tears. I'm actually in tears. Been a long road. There's nothing like the feeling. First of all, congratulations. I've been through that. There's nothing that's... I shouldn't say it. I mean, of course, there's like greater accomplishments in life, like, finding your loved one or having kids and doing something amazing, right? But there's no feeling like when you pull up your portfolio and seeing 7 digits for the first time. Even though it may be short-lived, the portfolio could come down and you're back to 6 digits, but hitting that 7-digit mark, being a millionaire is very hard. Very hard. And don't listen to the naysayers on social media that says, oh, everyone's a millionaire and you can't live off of $1 million. No, you can. You can. 7 digits, $1 million can go a long way. A long, long way. A lot of people are paper millionaires, or a lot of people count their assets, like their houses and stuff, and that makes them a millionaire. But to be a liquid millionaire is extremely hard. To be able to pull out $1 million the next day, liquid cash, is extremely hard. So congratulations. Smashing, splashing, and smashing. Gala's back up to $1 billion. So good for them. Life-changing play for the young is Kronos. No, it's not. Am I still bullish on Kulo? Well, I'm holding it. I don't know if that's bullish, but love to see more price action, of course, but it's really hard. It's a Polygon meme, so I get that's hard. If it was a lot of meme, it would probably have been pumped to the moon already, but I'm holding on to it. I'm supporting Moon Daddy. Mello, I appreciate that. You know, there are many days, you know, even doing YouTube it's a job. It's a job. People don't realize that. A lot of people fail on YouTube, and I'm not even the biggest influencer, of course. There's plenty of guys way bigger than me. But people don't realize, like, YouTube is a job. That's why I meet a lot of other YouTubers, like crypto space, that don't treat it as such, and that's why they don't win. Like, there's a lot of work that goes into it. There are so many days I'm like, I'm tired. I don't want to stream. I really don't. But I still come on for you guys because I love to see you guys succeed. And I like the energy too, especially like right now. The energy is so hyped up, so bullish, you know. Love this kind of atmosphere. Ben only says new subscriber here. Thoughts on Kosh Network. Well, they're a decentralized cloud. I think they're trying to move into the AI space. So, and they're within Cosmos. So I think they hit all the right marks. Samsung said, since 2022, I had friends telling me to buy XRP over Bitcoin, and I didn't listen. I listened to you instead. They all recently sold and now watch you. I'm glad to hear that. Again, I rooted for XRP because they did help us win a couple big lawsuits for the entire space against the SEC. I give them props to that. I give Brad Garland House all the credit for that, okay, because they had the money. But I've always been negative towards XRP because I didn't like their model. They're very centralized, right? And right now, you can't argue that they are just stuck in a rut. They're not going up. So it's painful for XRP Army to be holding for this long and not be rewarded. They have not seen a high since 2018. It's been almost 6 full years. And they're nowhere close to their previous high. Nowhere close. Not even like slightly off. There's nowhere close. So, yeah, that's why. Do you think Nakamoto upgrade on Stacks is going to be seldom? No. As long as Bitcoin goes up, Stacks is going to go up. It's just going to keep going up forever. La Soul of Pale Horse. Thank you for that. When Bitcoin is pumping like this, do you get more cock in you? Sure, why not? Even cock is doing good today. Up 15%, 140 million. That might be close to their high. No, not yet. Soon. Randy, appreciate it. Feel like I'm going to wake up screaming one day. Thanks, George. Been watching this crash in 2021. Had family straight up call me dumb for holding. You know, everyone's like that, you know. Part of it is like jealousy. Part of it is like people want to feel good about themselves, right? even my family. You know, like when I was telling them to buy Bitcoin at 20 or 30K, they're like, we've seen this story before. We've seen it dump. I don't believe it, blah, blah. You know, I just heard like recently one of my aunts finally FOMOed in at 46K, so she's probably feeling good. You know, I have cousins that I don't think have any Bitcoin. They just don't believe. You know, there's just a lot of naysayers. You know, you can only try so much before you give up and realize, well, it's not for everyone. They're just not going to make any money off of it. And you are. I mean, just take solitude in that you will just be a lot richer than they will be. That's it. I don't know how else you think about it. All right, guys. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to let you guys go. Bitcoin is sitting at not above 60,000, but above 61,000 right now. The FOMO is real. The buying is real. The supply shock is real. And the gains are certainly real. So, smash it a like. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.